Welcome to my 2024 NFC East Preview. Let's start with breaking down the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas went 12-5 last year and was my pick to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. They bring in new defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer and retain a lot of starters from the NFL's highest scoring offense from last season. My prediction is Dallas will win the NFC East and obtain either the 1, 2, or 3 seed in the NFC playoffs. I have the Cowboys winning between 11 and 14 games this year, and that's a great thing if you like betting on yearly win totals. As I am making this video, the yearly win total odds for the Dallas Cowboys is plus 160 for over 10.5 wins. I'm predicting 11 to 14 wins, making this a great bet. Numbers are provided by BetUS. Use the link below and get a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Link is in the description below. In order for Dallas to get the 11 to 14 wins that I predict, the following things need to happen. CeeDee Lamb must sign. As I am making this video, he has not yet reported to camp. He will play this season and he might already be signed once I release this video. Without Lamb, Dallas won't win the division. One of my draft crushes, Tyler Guyton, has to play well and play well early. Asking a rookie to start on a playoff team in a key spot is a lot to ask. And normally I wouldn't do this, but Guyton is an exception. During the draft process, I watched a lot of Tyler Guyton and he quickly became one of my favorite players in the draft. I fully believe he'll be one of the better left tackles in all of football this season. The third and maybe most important thing for Dallas to get to 11 to 14 wins is Mike Zimmer's defense must be good. Switching coordinators can be dangerous, but I've always liked Mike Zimmer and feel that the transition from Dan Quinn to Mike Zimmer won't be a problem. I fully believe all three of these things will happen this season, and that is why I have the Cowboys winning the East and winning between 11 to 14 games this season. Now for my bold prediction. While I firmly believe the Cowboys will win between 11 and 14 games and host a playoff game, Dallas will not make the NFC Championship game and McCarthy will be fired after the season. I believe Mike Zimmer will replace McCarthy as the Dallas Cowboys head coach in 2025. Next up is the Philadelphia Eagles. Last season, the Philadelphia Eagles were the best team in football, starting the season 10-1 and looking unstoppable, then just fell apart, finishing 1-5 to end the season, and then just didn't even show up in a playoff loss to the Bucs. To fix this, Philly brought in new coordinators Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore. The Eagles also added a big-time free agent in running back Saquon Barkley. Talent-wise, this is the most talented team in football, but the late season collapse has me confused. My prediction is the Eagles will rebound and have double-digit wins this season and a wildcard berth. While the talent is obviously there, I question how long it will take for Fangio to turn this defense around, and will Kellen Moore, a pass-happy coach, deal with a team who has a quarterback who ran for 15 touchdowns last season? I firmly believe there will be some growing pains, but a team this talented will still make the playoffs, and once they get there, who knows what will happen. My bold prediction is second-year linebacker Nolan Smith, who had only 1 sack last season, will have at least 12 this year. He will be the Eagles' breakout player this season and make the Pro Bowl. Now, let's take a look at the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders finished 4-13 last season and this year just cleaned house. Everything from a new owner to coordinators, everything in Washington is different. The Commanders hired former Cowboy defensive coordinator Dan Quinn to take over and brought in a ton of free agents this offseason. Plus, with the second pick in the draft, they took Jaden Daniels out of LSU, who they hope will be their franchise quarterback. One of the best moves Washington made this offseason was bringing in Cliff Kingsbury to be their offensive coordinator. Thanks to this addition, I have Jaden Daniels as my bold prediction to be Rookie of the Year. While I like Daniels, and I do believe he will be successful, he won't have the same type of season CJ Stroud did. Overall, I like the direction of the Commanders, but this team is still a work in progress. I have the Commanders winning between 6 and 8 games in 2024, and while Daniels is my pick for Rookie of the Year, I do think he will have success in the NFL. It will not be enough in 2024 to avoid a losing season. Now, let's look at the New York Giants. The Giants finished 6-11 last season after an impressive 2022 campaign where they upset the Vikings in the playoffs. Instead of building on a playoff victory, the Giants regressed in 2023. And if things don't turn around this season, massive changes will be made. Offensively, head coach Brian Daboll will be calling plays in 2024, and the Giants invested heavily in free agent offensive linemen this offseason. Daniel Jones, who signed a 4-year, $160 million contract after his impressive playoff performance in 2022, looked absolutely horrible in 6 games in 2023 before his season-ending injury. With Daboll calling plays and changes on the offensive line, Daniel Jones must play much better and stay healthy for the Giants to have a chance to make the playoffs. In the draft, the Giants took Malik Neighbors with the 6th overall pick, but did lose superstar running back Saquon Barkley to all teams' division rival Philly. On defense, the Giants will replace Wink Martindale with Shane Bowen, formerly of the Tennessee Titans. They traded for Brian Burns this offseason, and the front 7 has the potential to be one of the best in all of football. The Giants drafted a safety and a corner with their 2nd and 3rd round picks. You combine that with last year's 1st round pick Deonte Banks, and you have some athleticism and youth in a talented young secondary. Bowen's biggest challenge will be getting everybody on the same page. Ultimately, I don't see the defense being good enough to cover up for an offense I don't see being very good in 2024. I have the Giants finishing with double-digit losses in 2024 and being last in the NFC East. My bold prediction is a new regime will take over in 2025, and with the Giants' 1st round pick in 2025, they will draft Shadir Sanders, Deion's son, the quarterback out of Colorado. To summarize my 2024 NFC East prediction, I have the Cowboys winning the division and winning between 11 and 14 games this year. Philly will finish 2nd with double-digit wins for the 2024 campaign. I have Washington finishing 3rd between 6 and 8 wins, and the Giants will finish last with double-digit losses in 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first divisional breakdown, but I'll preview all 8 divisions before the 2024 NFL season starts. And don't forget, I go live every Friday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the live stream. All questions are answered and anything goes. So join the fun, and I hope to see you again very soon.